man. We got the man, the one, the only true freshman Dutch Horisk in the building, man. Am I saying that right? Dutch Horisk, right? Dutch Horisk?
Horace, but
Horisk,
yes, sir.
Horisk, Horisk. All right, I want to make sure I'm saying this right. It's my first time meeting you, so if I get your name wrong, that's my mistake. I will correct it. So appreciate you taking the time to come on here, man. Super excited to hear from you because you are a true freshman, new on campus. But I gotta say, man, every time I watch the interviews, because I'm big time on interviews, trying to pick up things, for Duck fans. I've been hearing they're always saying, "Hey, what's some guys that are standing out during fall camp? What's some guys? Say that's some guys." They always mention your name, man. Judge Horisk, man. They always mention your name, man. So I'm excited, man. What I'm gonna see on the field. We're gonna get to know you and your recruitment process today for a few minutes here. Looking at your rivals ranking, you were a 3-star, 904th national ranking, 92nd position ranking, and 69th in the state of California, coming out of St. John Bosco. And I always say this, man: if you play at a school like St. John Bosco in a league like St. John Bosco, and you're a 3-star, bro, I technically say you're a 4-star, bro, because like the guys you got to play, the way you guys got to grind, that 3-star that plays at St. John Bosco is probably not the 3-star that plays out here in Oregon or something like that. You know what I mean? But 100%, man. So I'm excited to see you. A lot of guys have been mentioning your name, so super excited for that. Just first off, man, how does it feel to be a Duck? You're officially an Oregon Duck, going through your first fall camp. What's the whole experience been like for you?
I mean, it's been great, just like everything you dream of, like when you're a kid, just playing Division 1 football. So, it's just been great. I mean, I love being around all the guys. Some guys I went to high school with, and then, just being around a lot of dudes that I know or didn't know now and really close with. It's definitely it's been fun.
100%, man. Yeah, and again, I really appreciate you taking the time because I know you're a busy guy, man. Fall camp, campus lifestyle. So, man, taking the time to talk to some Duck fans on here is truly appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Um, for Oregon fans that may not know you yet, how would you describe yourself as a football player?
I would just want myself as like a gritty, grimy football player. I mean, I'm not the biggest guy, fastest, strongest, but I just, I play at a high level. I see the game really. I got good football IQ, and I just like to play fast and physical. And I'll probably say that's how I describe myself.
100%, man. Are you more of a speed guy, power guy, technician, or like are you feel like you're a combination of everything?
Probably more technician. I probably say
Okay.
that. I like working on my craft.
Love it, man. What's one part of your game that you feel like you really improved on since coming to Oregon?
Probably like my coverage stuff. High school I didn't do a lot of that, and now being at Oregon, I play some off the ball backer and some stuff that we do within our systems. So I would definitely say that. I mean, that's probably grown a lot since I got here.
I love it, man. Yeah, you came from St. John Bosco, which is one of the premier high school football programs in the country. How much did playing there you feel like prepared you for this level?
I mean, man, a lot for sure. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we did at Bosco that was similar. I mean, not a lot, but like, just playing at that level and playing against really high competition definitely helped me prepare. And then having a lot of alumni from Bosco that went to Oregon definitely helped me prepare. My coach, Salava Poti, played at Oregon, came back and coached me my senior year at Bosco. So a lot of this, he used a lot of the same terminology. So when I got up here, it wasn't like completely foreign. Like I've heard of it and worked on some of that stuff.
Love it, man. What's something about your personality that Oregon fans probably wouldn't know just by watching you play football?
Um, I'm just a good teammate. I would say like overall, like I appreciate all my teammates. I love playing for all my teammates. I love just giving back and spending time with my guys. Like I mean, they're my family, so it means everything to me. Make watching them make plays, and especially the guys that I just came in with, like Tank, Blue, like just watching those guys ball, Nas, Mateo, Tatum, all these guys that I've known for a long time and stuff. Like it just makes me excited.
100%. Yeah, we just had Blue Dantzler on, man. He mentioned you as well while he was on here. So excited to have another edge guy. That room's going to be super exciting to watch on here. So it's super exciting. Let's talk about a little bit about your recruiting story. Take me back to your recruitment. When did you kind of first realize that you're like playing Power Five football was going to be a real possibility for you?
Um, I mean, my freshman year at Bosco, I ended up starting and playing a good amount as a freshman in Trinity League with on the other side of Mateo, and so like kind of then like I knew like I mean, like I hadn't always known like my whole youth, like growing up, like this is what I want to do. But once I got to high school and like really like did it, I was like, dang, like I really could play at the next level. So that was probably when that started, and then my Oregon recruitment kind of started like I mean, it really started in like eighth grade with Tosh. Me and Tosh got really close. He used to come to a lot of camps and stuff, and then like my sophomore year of high school really took off, and then ended up um taking a ton of visits. Coach Cam and Tosh and Coach Lanning. Like I just fell in love with the process and the way they coach, and Coach T and all those guys. And so I would say that's kind of when it started, and I ended up committing about 8 months or so after that, like right before my junior year started.
I love it, man. Yeah, you had actually a lot of major programs involved in your recruitment. What initially attracted you to Oregon? Like, what really sparked your interest in the Ducks?
I mean, I would tell people like it kind of felt like Bosco to me, like just like the diversity of the team that they have. From like I got a bunch of people from every walk of life. They're really connected. Everybody there. There's no like I mean, I tell people like when I got there, there's no ego. Like nobody has it just because you're a freshman. Like oh, you gotta do this for me. Like nobody's like that on the team. Like everybody plays their role and everybody's really connected. So that was definitely something I noticed. And then obviously them having a head coach that's a defensive coach, and then just everything was in position football wise. That was great. And then the other stuff outside that made it even better.
100%, man. Yeah, I love to hear it. You talked about the environment at Oregon kind of replicating Bosco, being a little different than other schools. What specifically made it feel different than other schools you maybe visited?
From the other schools I visited, I would say they kind of just did like they just did like the normal stuff. They just I don't know how to put like they did like they did the stuff that you do on every visit, where
Yeah.
Oregon was like like I got to spend time with some of the players and stuff, and I got to talk to some of the players. Like they made the recruiting visits very interactive with their players and very interactive with the staff. And so that made it out, and then there's just that type of feeling, and then being at a lot of games helped my recruitment, and I actually got to play there my freshman year, so I mean little stuff like that helped.
Oh yeah, man. Okay, yeah, yeah. Oregon, they usually do things a little different, man. Especially in
Yeah.
recruiting, 100%. When did Oregon go from a school like you were kind of interested in, they were going through the motion, and then to a school that you actually like felt like you wanted to attend?
I mean, honestly, I didn't really know like how I was feeling about Oregon because I didn't really know how my recruiting was going with them, and then I kind of had reached out, and they were on me, but I didn't really know about it. So then I was kind of surprised, and then I think like maybe that next month I had taken a visit, and then uh it kind of had just blown up from there. And then to be honest, like a lot of the other schools started not really talking to me and like kind of falling off. So Oregon was kind of like it was already the head runner, and then I didn't really see like much after that besides Green. Like, I was like, yeah, this is where I gotta be.
Love it, man. Yeah, 100%. That's a great story. How's the relationship with like Coach Dan Lanning during your recruiting process, and how important is it with Coach Tuioti as well?
Yeah, I mean it was definitely big. I mean, I'd probably say personally the biggest person was Coach Cam. Like he's my
Okay.
position coach as the OLB coach. Like he definitely, I mean, he's my guy. He did so much for me in my recruiting, and like made me really feel like family. And then Coach T as well. I mean, I go over to his house like every day and go play cards and stuff. Like he's a big family guy. I love Coach T, and obviously Tatum being his son, I spent a lot of time with him. Coach Lanning, I mean, guy's just a beast. I don't know how else to put it. Dude's just he's a real dude. So yeah, it's been good though.
I love it, man. When you finally committed to Oregon and you were a Duck, what was that moment for you and your family? And did you immediately start like picturing yourself playing in Austin Stadium?
Yeah, no, when I officially committed, it was kind of surreal. Like, you think about that all the time growing up. And then when it happens, you kind of don't really realize like what you did because like you've always been about that. So when it happened, I was like, dang, like this is big. And yeah, my dad and yeah, my family was just excited, and they're ready to start coming to games and stuff. So I mean, this year's gonna be pretty fun.
I love it. Yeah, 100%. You had some big time schools in your recruitment too, like USC, Penn State, Oklahoma, Miami, Tennessee. Those kind of schools coming at you, and you eventually picked Oregon. Was there anybody in your family like leaning a different way than Oregon, or was your family like just pretty much locked in wherever you were going?
No, I mean my grandpa was he was like we all kind of grew up sort of SC fans, just being from Southern California. But then, as it just kind of ended up happening, my dad and my mom had fell in love with Oregon, and they kind of like hated everybody else. So, nah, they were definitely like, yeah, this is. I mean, they just wanted me to go where I thought was best, and then they ended up, feeling like that was best as well.
100%, man. I'm probably not wearing the best shirt right now because this says at least my mascot isn't a condom brand. Mascot on it. Uh, but hey, man, Trojans, man, it's gonna be a great game this year, right? We go to LA, so can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
And I'm glad that Oregon was to prevail over the Trojans again in the recruiting trail. So I think you made the right
yeah.
choice. 100%, man. Going from high school to Oregon, man, what do you think is like the biggest adjustment when you first arrived at Oregon?
Just like I mean, just the scheme and just like I'm pretty good at picking stuff up like that. But I mean, there is a lot to it, and just and the level of play that you play at, the standard of which that you play at, is definitely a lot bigger and a lot. The standards a lot higher than high school. But I mean, you slowly learn to adapt, and just the way that working out and stuff is 10 times harder. But I mean, you like I learned to adapt, and I mean, this is what I wanted to do ultimately. So I was happy to, be able to be in that process. But that was probably the biggest thing.
I love it, man. What surprised you the most about college football compared to high school football? Is there any kind of surprises, or did you kind of know what to expect?
I mean, just like weird formations you don't really see in high school, like unbalanced stuff and like weird like formations. I mean, it definitely. I don't really play like football games like Madden or NCAA, but I definitely feel like I'd be way better at that now that I actually understand like big picture football.
Facts, yeah. I bet you're learning a lot, man. And I bet it's coming at you fast. But what's it like going against the older guys for the first time as well? Is it like a little intimidating, or are you ready to take them on and show them what you're about?
I don't know if I would say intimidating just because like how connected we are as a team, but I mean I definitely do like you definitely go against some like I go against Fox, Crater, and G Baby and Mikey, Tommy Tofi looks really good. All these dudes they're ballers, and so going against them every day, Zach Sikowski, like these guys just I wouldn't say intimidating factor because I'm so close with them, and I mean I
Yeah.
know what I'm about, but I mean every day is a battle with them, and so I mean I love that because it's like I mean I probably won't win majority of the reps, but I know like I'm preparing for the future, and going against those guys is just the best way to do it.
Who was one of those like first veterans who really helped you get comfortable when you came in?
For sure, Tatum and Tail. I mean, me and Tail were really close. I actually lived with his dad and him my freshman year of high school, basically. So I stayed with him. So me and Tail have been close since high. I've known Tail for me since middle school for a long time. So we were already really close, and I would come sleep over at his house and stay at his house. And then Tatum Tuioti, I'm like was really close with him, and like because we would get our when I first got here, whenever we get our installs, we'd always go to Costco and go like eat a hot dog and go over the install, and he would teach me all this stuff. So I mean those
Man.
two veterans did a lot for me, and I appreciate them. I know they're gonna have a baller year this year. So
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, shout out Big Dave too, the father, man. Big Dave is a nice guy. I've met him a few times and always love talking
yeah,
to that guy and hanging out with him. So yeah, great
yeah.
family and that's amazing to hear, man. Is there anything that they've like told you or have taught you that you feel like has really stuck with you since being at Oregon?
They just taught me like, not to like to overthink and stuff, like not to be like I guess a lot going on, a lot to learn and obviously being a freshman or even at their level, like you're not gonna be perfect. So they just taught me to, just go out there and just play fast and play hard, even if you don't know what you're doing sometimes, or if things happen, with football being football, like some things are gonna happen, but at the end of the day, if you just play fast and play hard, like the rest will fix itself out.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about playing fast, how much faster did the game feel when you first got here? Did it feel like it was like going a
Oh
million
yeah,
miles per hour?
yeah. I mean, I remember like our first practice, like doing or our first practice, like it was crazy. Like, Dylan had got me with like some stuff, like first my first rep doing Raul got me with some stuff, and I was like, dang, like the level of high school to college is like right here. It was like my very first rep. And so, but like that, like opened my eyes, and I was like, dang, it's a lot faster. But then, as you, it's like anything, as you start to play more stuff, you start to see it.
I love it, man. Yeah. What would you say is like, because you mentioned the scheme, that's probably the answer, but I just wanted to ask you, like, what's the hardest part about learning the Oregon defensive system, would you say?
The hardest part is just like it's probably just being flexible. Like, in our defense, you got to play a lot, and there's a lot of, different things that we do. And so you can't just be a one horse pony. Like, you can't just do, the one thing. Like, you got to be able to do a lot, which is, good because that means, when we get to the NFL, like, they look for people with player versatility. And so they prepare you for that. So that was probably one of the harder things.
100%. Yeah, I can't wait to see because you always see guys, when they finally get comfortable and like the playbook's just nothing for them, how much they really amplify their game. So can't wait to see that with you as well. And I've already been kind of hearing your name a lot as well. When people talk about the young guys standing out in fall camp, I'm constantly hearing your name. What's kind of your reaction to that when your teammates are calling you out like that?
I mean, I appreciate it. I think it's just a pillar of the hard work that I've been putting in, and my teammates been putting in, like with them pushing me every day, and so I mean, I'm just grateful for that, and just continue to push every day, and pushing my teammates, and at the end of the day, our goal is to be the best team. So I mean, that's I'm excited.
Do you feel like you've had a really good camp so far going for
I feel
yourself?
like I feel like I've been doing good. And, there's a lot of things I got to do better, but yeah, I feel like I've been doing pretty solid.
Love it, man. What do you feel like really has been clicking for you during camp?
Um, just being big on my routine, like just sticking to my routine every day and sacrificing some things that I have to do, that obviously there's some things that you don't want to have to sacrifice, but you know to being in fall camp, just in general being in college and playing at this high of a level, there's a lot of things you got to sacrifice, and so sticking to my routine has probably been the biggest thing that's helped me click.
Oh yeah, man. Me personally too, just in my life, routines that those things help you a whole bunch. It creates consistency in your life, and consistency is huge,
Yeah.
especially in the game of football for what you're doing, man. 100%. What do you think the coaches have noticed about you and your game that's allowed you to really stand out?
Maybe probably just my ability to pick up stuff. Like, I think I got pretty good IQ when it comes to football, and just being able to learn schemes and positions a lot, pretty quick, and just my like I said, play fast. I'm really technical. I'm really really have a lot of pride to my craft, and just being very specific with all the things that I do. But at the end of the day, just playing fast and relentless is. I mean, that's how I've got here. So yeah.
Mm, 100%. And people are super excited, man. I mean, there's articles, there's podcasts, all kinds of Oregon media. Your teammates in the interviews when they're talking to them are super excited and calling out your name. Are you surprised that that's happening? Like, me personally, I don't see a lot of freshmen getting like called out like that. So are you surprised about that?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely like, it's definitely like, dang, like, these veteran guys and stuff, saying my name, like, I appreciate, like, I don't know how to feel about it, but like, I'll just think, it just shows the connection that we have, that like, where a lot of schools, there could be a veteran guy that won't listen to you or won't appreciate you because you're a freshman, or vice versa, and that just shows the connection that our team has. That doesn't matter, like Coach Lanny says, if you're old, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Like,
Mm.
so, it just shows the connection that we have, that everybody, blends well together, regardless if you're a freshman or a fifth year senior. Like, everybody, appreciates each other.
100%, man. Do you kind of pay attention to the media, what they say, the coaches, reporters, fans, like what they're saying about you, or do you try to just kind of block that all out?
Yeah, probably. I don't even honestly. I don't even know. I don't really be like on. I don't even be like listening to that stuff. Not even like just purposefully. Like, I just don't even be seeing it. But
Sure.
I've seen a little like some stuff, but I don't really be
Well,
paying
that's a good
attention to
thing,
it too
man.
much.
I mean, it's a good thing that you do that because, I mean, if it's the other way around, right? If they're not saying good stuff, you don't want to be seeing that. And
Sure.
also, it could be like too much. People could be hyping you up too much, and mentally you get a big head and whatnot. So, it's a great thing that you stay within your lane. You're a very consistent person to yourself. It sounds like so. That's a great way to be when you're, especially coming up on the scene, becoming a star here at Oregon. It's only going to get more hectic media wise. So,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%, man. That's a great thing to do. Um, when you're going against, like, Oregon's offensive tackles every day, who gives you the toughest reps?
Man, that's like I can't even. I mean, I definitely give like a big shout out to my guy Zach Sikowski. I mean, he's really hard to go against. Fox, like I said, Fox Crater is really
Mhm,
G baby, Mikey. The dude that just transferred in from the Ivy League. I mean,
mhm.
like all those guys are just so good. It's not like Zaire, man. That dude's a beast. Like every day at practice, I'm like, dang, like my head's thumping after going against that guy. So,
Love it.
but it's just like just going against all those guys. Um, is definitely is better in my game. I can't wait to see how it translates to the season. Like obviously,
Mhm.
when you go against the same guys every day, you're like, okay, like I'm excited to go against some new guys. But I know when you. I mean, this is why you come to a school like Oregon, so you can play against the best, so that when the game comes, it should be much easier.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, those guys right there have definitely Tommy Tofi. I mean, that guy's a beast. As a freshman, he definitely when like going against him, he definitely opened my eyes. So yeah.
100%. Yeah, I'm excited to see the O-line. I mean, Oregon replaces, I think, like 3 out of 5 starters coming into this year, so gonna be a few new faces on the offensive line, so super excited to see those talented guys that you're talking about, come up this year and, make a name for themselves. Is there a time in camp or a rep where you walked away thinking like, "Yeah, I got that dude"? Anybody that you put on their
Um,
butt or anything like that?
it's funny because it's like I'll have like a rep like that, but then the next rep I'll get did up, So
Sure.
it's like it
That
just
makes
shows
sense.
like how good both sides of the ball are. Like, so yeah, I mean I definitely feel like I've had some reps like that, but then the next like few reps later I'll get done really bad. I'll be like, dang, like that's how it is. That's why
Yeah.
you got to stay level headed.
That makes sense, 100%. And when you get hit like that, that just means there's great competition, man, 100%.
Yeah.
What have the coaches told you about your potential role? That's something I'm interested in. I've been hearing your name a lot, so do you feel like you're gonna get some playing time immediately, or what are you feeling like you're at right now?
I mean, we have no depth chart and stuff like that. So, I mean, my goal, obviously, that's a personal goal for me. But, I've told my coaches like I just want to do whatever's best to, be in that role to participate in our team being the best, regardless if that's playing a lot to playing none. I'm gonna keep putting on my best for show, and then, we'll see where that gets me. But I just want to be, doing whatever it is for the team to go, win it all. So. But I mean, as of right now, there's no depth chart and stuff, and so we'll see where it goes. But I mean, I think I've been doing pretty well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm not in the practice, of course, and I've been hearing your name like crazy. I'm like, man, he's got to be doing something.
Yeah.
100%. What's your mindset like when you're competing again for playing time with guys who have been in the program longer than you? Like, does it feel like you're like behind, or do you feel like like you're an underdog here and you need to prove yourself?
I mean, I definitely feel like I'm an underdog and stuff, but I just I wake up every morning and and I'll just tell myself like, man, I just like sometimes I'll just be like, I never thought I couldn't do it. I never thought every day I go to practice like I'm thinking, okay, I'm here, like I'm gonna try and win a starting spot today. And obviously that's not how it works, but like every day I don't go in there thinking, well, these guys are coming back, so like I'm gonna go put my best foot forward, and whatever happens happens. So I just never think that I can't do that. Like I know I can play with the best of the best, and so just doing that and everybody doing that just makes the competition so high, and so that's just how I see it.
Yeah, man, 100%. Do you honestly feel like you belong with the older guys on the field yet?
Yeah, I think so personally. I think so. I think there's definitely some things that I still need to, work on and just, and that just honestly, those type of things are just things that take time, take time playing the game at this level to just, get more experience. But I mean, in my mind, I think that way. Yeah.
What would you say is your like biggest strength right now that could help you get on the field that you can bring to the team?
Just doing my job. I think I do a good job of that right now. Just I may not be the very best, but I know that I'm going to put myself in the position to help the team by doing my job and just playing within our scheme and playing relentless and also just bringing that juice. That's one thing I always preach on and try my best to do is just bringing that juice for the group and being that positive mindset even when things aren't going well.
100%. I love it, man. And we talked about, some of your strengths, what you can do. What do you feel like you might need to improve before like you feel completely ready for Big Ten football?
Some things I feel like I probably need to improve is um just continue to get more reps on my like more coverage pieces and stuff. Just I mean, going against dudes like Evan Stewart and Decory Moore, and even our tight ends like Jamari Johnson, Kendre, like just getting more reps at going against dudes like that because when it comes game time, the game's gonna be a lot faster. But just I would say more of that stuff, and then just constantly continue to working on sharpening my craft. I mean, I feel like we do a great job of that with the OLBs every day after practice. I'll try and work something with Mateo and Blue and Tank and all these guys. Tatum, like we always try working on something. Prince after practice. So I think that's just continue to sharpen those things. But I definitely say like my coverage aspect.
Okay, 100%, man. Yeah, that's going to be fun to see you develop there on that part of your game. What's kind of the biggest goal that you have for your freshman season?
My biggest goal, I mean, probably sounds cliche, but just like help the team just win it all. I think we're in a
Oh
great
yeah,
position. I feel like we're in a great position to do some really good things this year. And so, I mean, it would definitely make me feel good and proud to just, whatever that role is that I need to play to do that. If that's, super, whatever it is, from playing a lot to playing none or, all the things in between. If we can get it done and I help provide for that, I mean, that'll definitely
man.
make me feel good.
Yeah, man. That feels like almost everybody I interview on this team, man. It's like that natty's that goal, man. And the answer doesn't change, man. So I'm super excited. I know Oregon fans are hungry for it for the first time to make some history here. 100%. So super excited for that. Personally, is there any numbers that you're chasing this year, like sacks, tackles for loss, or is that something you're not really too worried about?
Yeah, I'm not honestly not really too worried about that. Just, our coaches always preach on like, just like beating up the quarterback and stuff, and then all those other, goals will follow. So, I mean, my biggest thing is just every day I just want to try and attack the game as hard as I can. And then I know those numbers that, ultimately, like, yeah, you do want to have, 6 sacks this year and stuff. Like, those things will follow if I, attack the game that I know I should.
100%, man. Like you said, consistency, grinding, staying away from the media, man. Guys like me, stay away from me, man. You know, you don't want to talk to me, man. No, but in all seriousness, though, that's a good thing that you do. And then, what are you most excited about? Just like over your, not just for freshman year, but like over the next 4 years at Oregon. I mean, even 3 years, maybe. Who knows? Like, what are you super excited about?
Man, just getting to build relationships, and just learning the game, at the level that we are here. So I'll put this down. Um,
100%.
yeah, just those type of things, and just continue to build my relationships with my teammates and stuff. Like I know those things mean a lot to me because those will last a lot longer than football. So that definitely means a lot to me.
100%. And then anything you want to like accomplish academically here, like while you're at Oregon?
Yeah, definitely want to get my degree. Right now, I declared business, but I mean, we'll see. Things change, but that's definitely something big for me.
Oh yeah, man, that's big time. I'd love to see that happen. And then, what do you want Oregon fans to know about the type of person they're getting in Dutch Horisk?
I just wanted to know that I'm a person that cares. I got a lot of pride for the program and stuff, and just somebody that wants to help the team win and just help the community too. I try to do a lot of that stuff. Little things I do on my own, and just know that like good person.
I love it. And I always like talking about this, man, because you're a true freshman, got a long career. But when we sit down together 4 years from now, what do you hope we're talking about?
4 years from now, I hope we're you know, talking about going on to try and win another championship season and just have it. Yeah, that's it about that.
Yeah,
Just having a
yeah.
team.
You gotta be like LeBron in Miami, man. Not 1, not 2, not 3,
Man,
but 4
I guess
champions.
for I guess for
I love it, man. Well, you shoot, man. You went on from being a kid at St. John Bosco, dreaming about playing college football, to now being a freshman at Oregon, and people already talking about you during fall camp. If you could talk to your younger version at Dutch Horisk right now, what would you tell him?
just keep pushing, just keep grinding. That's all I've really ever known. So just keep working hard and, being a good person and all the other things will work itself out.
You heard it. You heard the man, man. All right, guys. You guys know what to do, man. Hey, do you want to shout out any of your social medias? I know you say you're not on it a bunch, but hey, man, it's still good for Duck fans to go follow you.
I guess maybe my Instagram is just Dutch Horse. I mean, that's about it. I don't really be on that much else, but yeah.
Bam. There you guys go, man. Go hit the follow button. Go support your guy, man. He's a true freshman here, getting acclimated to Eugene, and future star coming up, man. Keep an eye out for this guy right here, man. Teammates, coaches, media, all been talking about him, and he don't even care about that. He just out here grinding. That's all he cares about, man. So
So,
I love it. I love it, man. 100%. Well, appreciate you, man. I know you're a busy guy. I'm gonna let you go, man. Appreciate you. Go Ducks, man.
so,
Have a great season.
sir, you too. I appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. See you
So,
around, bro. Go
yeah.
Ducks. All right, chat. There we go, man. What an opportunity to meet the true freshman, the man himself, Dutch Horsk. Had a bunch of good comments, good answers there. He seems like a guy, man, that honestly to me, when I hear him talk, just a guy that wants to work, man. Doesn't really care about the glitz and the glamour and the hoorah. Doesn't care about the media. Doesn't care. Like, not to say he doesn't care. Okay, I'm sure he loves the praise. I don't want to say he doesn't care about it, but he just seems like a guy who, whether you talk about him or not, he's gonna work just as hard, work just the same, be the same person he is, man. Seems like a simple, basic living guy, man. That you could probably just have a couch and a TV, and Dutch will be happy. Is it? That's what he seems like. That's what I get off of his, but just the first 30 minutes of meeting him ever. So I can't wait to meet him more. Can't wait to see him develop, man. And make sure you guys go follow him as well, man. And again, guys, can't say this enough, man. If you guys enjoy content like this, man, if you guys love recruit interviews, we had player interviews today. We had alumni interviews, man, with TJ Ward and Trey Franklin before. And those are on the YouTube channel if you guys want to go watch the full interviews later. But man, let me tell you, it's been awesome. It's been amazing growing with you guys. Make sure you guys keep telling your friends, man. The season is approaching Oregon football. So tell them who makes the best Oregon football content out here, man. It's not just Oregon football content. We do UFC as well. We do NBA content, man. So we also expand into other markets and do fun stuff, man. Speaking about UFC, don't forget on Saturday at 5:45 p.m. Pacific time. That's 5:45 p.m. Pacific time. We will be doing a UFC 330 watch party, man. So we're going to be doing that on Saturday. But without further ado, man, we have not done this yet. We got to finish this game.